Hear me, right? Okay, so good morning. Today I'm representing my team TGBL. So basically TGBL, the names come from the first characters of our last name. So we couldn't really think of what name to give out. So, okay, very simple. Today our apps is going to present to you what we have done is the IVLE for Windows Phone. Okay, so I'll tell you about why we actually come out with these apps, but not rather like cooler apps out there that we can take off. Okay, so basically this is a description, introductions of our team members. As you can see, my name is Ding Yong Jian, which I'm presenting here. So the rest of the team members, okay, so yeah, one went for exchange to Sydney, and two of them are actually working. And in fact, I'm also a working personnel, and I actually take leave, right? Half-day leave to came here for the presentations. All right, so okay, so this is main screenshots for our IVLE. Okay, so what makes us want to do this IVLE is rather simple. So for information on this Windows Phone marketplace, it's just like a Google Play Store. There are already 3 existing IVLE apps, but why we still want to go for these applications? Okay, let's just look at the NUS official IVLE app and compare to what you can see. Okay, yeah, the screen is rather polished and it's quite nice actually, I would say, and the design is good. But just for some reason, I don't know what the reason is. It seems to be not working at all. So this is a review from the marketplace. So it's all complaining it's not usable, you can't even log in, and some user even wait for like 10 minutes but still couldn't log in. So it's very simple. I would rather say this app is not functionable. Okay, so this makes us have these motivations of developing another IVLE app for Windows Phone user. All right, so now let's look at our first contender. Okay, this is it, and they have a very rather simple and functional features, which they show the modules, and I believe the second screenshot would be the announcement for one module, and the third one will be the work bins for one particular module. All right, so as you can see from the first screenshot where it actually shows the module, can you really tell what these 2 modules are? It's very hard, right? Because it's all just very generic icons, and you don't really know what these icons represent, what modules that you are taking. Or it would only shows like, okay, the module codes, but you don't really know, you don't have a very intuitive information about what this module it is about or what it is. Okay, so yes, our apps are going to solve this problem. Secondly, for the announcement, yeah, it will show the announcement descriptions, but what is the title is being truncated. Yeah, if the title is long, you don't really know what it is. It's just like this example is like iCreate welcome, yeah, but what is the rest of it? Okay, and thirdly, the work bin, yeah, it's kind of cool, I would say. Yeah, it's working, so I'll just don't touch on that. I'll just leave that. All right. So okay, we look at the second contender. Yeah, this is rather polished as well. This has a very consistent layout. It has the logo at the top of the screen, and it has a better representations of the module. So at least you can know, at the first glance, you can know what module you have taken and what it is, what are the module code, what are the module title. So it's very easily you can click on the module that you wanted. All right. So for the second screenshot, as you can see, is the module descriptions. So for example, one particular module you have kind of like credits, which semester you are taking, what are teaching staff. Okay. So this is, yeah, it's quite neat. Okay. So for the third screenshot, it shows the events. All right. So events is just like a student events where you created on the IVLE kind of things. Yeah, it shows everything, but just there is one catch here. I don't know why it does not show the event descriptions at the same screen here. So it's like when you want to look at an event, all right, you click on the event, and it brings out the date, the venue, the price, the agenda, but it does not show the descriptions. Okay, so This step actually makes the user think that, why do I need to click another click to just store the description solely itself? Why we don't make it like just show it on one full screen so we don't need to do another second actions? Okay. All right, so having looked at all the existing IVL app on the marketplace, and now comes to our app solution. So what our app actually solves. So our app actually has better UI representations, which is kind of intuitive, I would say, and it has smooth performance. So one new feature here is that our app actually allows the user to customize the color theme itself. So for example, if you don't like the dark themes or you don't like the light themes, you'd like to have a personalized colors representations for our app. It allows the user to do that, so it feels like, okay, this app is not just like a generic IVL apps that everyone uses. It's not the same. It belongs to me, all right? And we also improve the content deliverability and readability. I'll mention on that, touch on that, what it means by that. And also, we minimize the user clicks to achieve the same goal, all right? Okay, I'll show you some screenshot later on, so it's okay. And the new features we added prior to this existing IVL app is that we actually have an offline mode, so that our apps doesn't really require 24 hours online. You can view it online. Once it is downloaded, it is cached. All right. So the next time you launch the app, it will be faster and does not need to do a very full download before the user can view the previously, like maybe announcement or store events. And have a lifestyle support. Okay, I'll touch on this. So because probably not everyone uses Windows Phone, so they don't really know what this lifestyle is. And background agent. All right. So one very important keynote to take note is that actually our apps wanted to integrate LUS library, which is Link, I believe, into our apps such that the user, when they go for one module, and they actually can just query through the library, see whether this text box is there or not. Just like they query the status of the library so that they know, okay, there is a text box there. Is it been reserved, or is it been loaned out, or is it been borrowed to other users there? But unfortunately, I've talked to the library team, and they said they do not have such API. So okay, we just drop that ideas. All right. So okay, so you can see this is a screenshot for our applications. Same thing, we have a module, and it's a better representation of the modules. So on the left here, you will see have this small little box, tiny little box with this number. So what this number means. All right, so at the first glance, you look at it, you can know what this module is, right? But what this extra tiny little box brings out is that it will show the user, or it will tell the user, try to interact with the user, that this little module has how many numbers of unread announcement, or how many numbers of newly added work bin by the lecturers. So it will show all this new information at the first glance. Okay, so the second screenshot would be the student events. So we integrated everything from the events into one page. We do not want the user to click on the link again and jump to the second page to just solely view for the descriptions. We put everything there for them to just scroll, and that's done. It's done. And the work bin representation is that, all right, this is kind of like special features from Windows Phone, which is called a jump list. Mention about that, how you actually jump from one kind of folder to folder. And yep, this is a screenshot for work bin. And all right, just like I touched on the customizable color themes, right? So the previous slides I showed you is actually so-called the white background, and this is the dark background. So you see, kind of like with a blue header there, but now it's changed to orange. So you have a different feel. The colors are all customizable. So it's up to the user preference whether what colors they want to use. Okay, so it shows the events here, and the module info, and the setting. The setting is where you actually customize all these tiny little things. Okay, so as of July 16, we already have like 46 users downloaded our apps. So this kind of like statistics downloaded from the marketplace. So Some users actually get back to us. Yeah, they tell us that, okay, what kind of improvements that need to be done, and actually we listen and we deliver the update to them. In fact, this is like, I actually have delivered a first minor update to them, and yeah, to meet the requirements and see, to solve it, improve on our app. Okay. Yeah, so thank you. This is the end of my presentation of the slides, but it's not the real thing. Okay, so I think I'll just move on to the real device. Okay. Well, just to let you know, this is, my phone is actually a Windows Phone 7. It's not Windows Phone 8, but it works on Windows Phone 7 and 8. Yeah. For demonstration purposes, I actually have different app. All right, this is a jump list. Basically, you can just click on the header and just jump to wherever you want. All right. So it's called for I, right? So I just start for I. Okay. So I just created a special apps for today. IVR demo. So I'll just show the demo to us. So all these information is actually not fetched from IVR itself, but rather I hard-code it or save it locally. All right. So as you can see, at this page where it shows the modules, so this tiny little board will actually flips once you get updated. It will flips over and tell the user, hey, like how many unreads, how many new items that I have in this module. All right. So it's kind of like interactions between the user and the phone. All right. So for example, I scrolling up, scrolling down, yeah. So all these apps, so all these modules will show us the modules that I'm currently taking, and this will be the unread announcement. So this unread page will actually also show us the unread announcements that you have on the IVLE. So let's just like click show one of that. All right. So there you go. So this announcement will show the title here, date, and it is posted by whom. All right. So just back to this page. So you can see just from the first page itself, the main page itself, I already can see what modules that I'm taking, what unread announcement, and what events that actually there is. All right. So let's go to the modules. One of the modules. Okay. So this is the work bins. Because some modules, right, they actually have multiple work bins. So I make it as a list because it's not just like one module have one work bin. I faced some modules that actually have 2 or 3 work bins, so we rather want to spread it out and let the user to click on which work bins they actually want to go in. All right, so let's just click on the first work bin. Okay, there you go. So as you can see, how I'm actually bringing out this content is that for each of these folders in the work bin, I make it as a category. I group them together. So how you want to, like for example, this is a lecture note, right? Lecture note folder. So let's say for this module, I have 2 folders, lecture notes and assignment. So you get longs, right? It gets longer and longer if I have many, many folders. So how do I want to search for this particular items if I have known where it is, where is the folder? So I just press on the assignment. I just go to lecture notes. So there you go. All right. So it does not lead the user to keep scrolling if the module have a lot of items in one folders. So this is how I bring out these ideas of work bin. And actually I have icons there to let the user know what kind of file it is. I show the titles. I show the file size. Okay. So the work bins, and within itself, you have an announcement itself. Whether it is read or not read, it will still be there. And the basic information of the info. Okay. Right. So, okay. Do you have a picture of here? Okay. So because this is a demo app, so it's not connected to the internet. So let's just go for the real one. Okay, so this is the real one. So as you can see, when it's launched, right, we actually have this progress bar telling the user that, okay, it's downloading. It is updating itself. All right? Okay. And once it's done, there's a, And when it's done, there will be an indicator saying, okay, it is successfully updated. let's look at the events that I just mentioned about, like what, why, how do I make them together. All right, so this is a student event. You should have a title, same representation as the announcement. So you can see descriptions is all presented in the same page, and including the pictures here. And you can see the contact, and if you have agenda, date, time, price, and value, etc., etc. Right. So this is how I actually bring the content out into one main page to allow the user to just minimize the user click, so they can intuitive. Yeah. What they want is performance, and what they want, you can just get it within a very minimum user click. All right. So let's look at the setting. All right. So now currently I'm using a blue theme. If you want, you can change it to orange. Well, it is rather easy to customize it, because what I think of is like orange and blue is like a US color, so I just set it to these two colors. If a user requested for more colors, I can actually put it there. So you see the header actually changes to orange color, and the whole fields just look different. Okay, it just changes the fields of it. Okay. Okay, so I'll demo something that's called a live tile. So at the main page, a live tile is a kind of like icon that will actually flip over to tell the user, all right, so there you go, 0 new item. So the user do not need to actually click on the apps or enter the app just to know maybe how many new items that I have, but rather it will just go to the main screen and just go over to the icons and see, hey, all right, do I have a new items or not? Okay, so just for demonstration purposes, let me just show you how it will look like when there's a new item. Okay, so I just click on test. And there you go. There's on the right top corner, there's 13 there, and it will show like 13 new icons. Okay, and so what do I mean by color customize? Because a theme is set by a system, we got these colors from this system theme. So let's say, for example, okay, I want to set it to dark, all right? And maybe the essence, I want to set it to different colors, maybe blue. Okay, there you go. I have a totally different fields of IVL apps for it. And let's say, okay, I click on it. So what it will show like now. And there you go. It just feels different. Okay. Oh, well, we did a dark background. I would rather want an orange because it will be more legible. Okay. So, yeah. So I think this is the end of my presentation. It's kind of like simple, but it solves current existing IVLF on the marketplace. So this makes us, why do we, this is the motivation that actually want to develop such apps. And the few improvements that I can think of is that some users actually requested for timetable. They wanted grade book, they wanted like forum, but yeah, and we are all like working personnel and they are all away, so we might consider this in the future. Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you. Any questions?
Yes. Pardon my ignorance, but why are the tiles, these small tiles, flipping?
It is kind of like a design of Windows phones that will flip, so that it tells the user more information about this app or more information about these contacts. It is not meant to tell a lot of things, but rather just let them know, okay, this what it is. And like these tiles, the numbers in the tiles actually tells the user for these particular modules, right? How many new items do I have? It will be the numbers of counts of announcement and the numbers of counts of newly added items in the workbins.
I understand. Let's say the tile is flipped away, I see the tile is not showing the number.
Okay.
Can you tap it to show the number?
It will just need to wait. That is the one.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then if, let's say I want a quick view, right?
Yeah.
Then I have to wait.
It's kind of like random stuff that is from Windows Phone design.
I understand.
Yes.
Thank you.
But it shows more lively as well.
You talk about the events and pulling out of the events information.
Yes.
So did you take the information live and reformat it, or it is something that is sitting at the back end server somewhere that
It is
somebody has to key up?
It is kind of reformat.
Reformat. Okay.
So for the module, other than work bin, what do you have?
For the module, other than work bin,
Yeah.
what do you have?
Because I just see you go to the module,
Yeah.
go to work bin, and that's it.
Yeah, so current implementation is just that. And there's a limitations on the API as well, so I can't really do much. And in the futures, I might add in a gradebook and forum as requested by those users.
What about announcement?
Announcement, yeah, I have actually. I have an announcement for each of these modules, like for example, the first one, right? Okay, so this keeps the announcements. Whether it's read or not read, it will just keep there.
So, but this is a general announcement, right? Not the module announcement.
No, this is the announcement for this particular
module.
Yeah, do you guess?
Oh,
Yeah. So for the general announcement, you will. Maybe it's rather confusing because I actually these demo apps I just get the announcement. So let's look at module 4. Yeah. So this module 4, right? Number 4 modules, they only have one announcement, so it only show once.
then the unread will collate all these announcements
Yes.
inside there.
Yes. And the good thing about this is that once you click on any of these unread, right, it will sync back to IVLE, and it will just disappear from here, and it will just tell the IVLE web server that I have actually read this.
Okay, then for the documents that you have, can you then open them in the respective app?
Yeah, sure. So that will need internet connection, so I'll go to the real one. Yeah. But there's some problem. I can open it, but there's some problem with the Adobe Reader here. So I can just show you that it actually opens
the
in
Microsoft one.
Adobe Reader. Yeah. But there's no documents. It's only a PDF. So for example, if I click on this, right, and you go to the web browser, it will download it, and it will launch Adobe Reader, and actually it will open it. But yeah, this is the Adobe Reader's problem. It's not my problem. Okay, so it's launched the Adobe Reader. So you can view these documents on your mobile.
So what does the live tile show?
The live tile on the main screen. Same thing. It will also shows the new. You will collect all these modules, right? The numbers of new items in these modules and sum up together.
So it's just a single line, or are you going to cut the live tile into smaller subtiles?
Sorry, what do you mean?
So the live tile here, if I remember correctly, you can just cut the tiles into, let's say, 4 sections, 4 smaller subtiles. A bit like the people.
Yeah.
Thing somewhere.
Yeah, but this is actually this is the so-called default. I mean, it is by Windows itself, but we actually not allowed it to do so.
Oh,
yeah. But
so you can input one line.
But if you say, let's say, if you want to customize it to be smaller, right? What we can do is only make it smaller
or bigger. Okay.
or bigger, or maybe we make it like a white tile, which is like a pictures here. It's like a white one. Yeah. There is. So features-wise, it has the basics one. Yeah, I would say. Just that it does not add in more gradebooks or forum as requested, because forum is one very complicated features. Yeah, so you need more time on that.
So the toast is there as well.
The toast is there, but it's hard to demonstrate it because toast is kind of random. I can't really make it appear. So that's why I just put the notifications there.
Are these toast counts because of the sync?
Yes.
When they run the program, then it syncs in the backend.
Yes, exactly. And it will run background. It doesn't really open it. So once there is a new item, it just comes in and we just show.
Okay. This is probably more bigger here. You said this is guaranteed to be the best Windows Phone IVA app ever.
This
So
would
how-
be and for this existing like two application, I believe so. I believe so.
So compared to the existing ones, it's the best of that lot lah.
Yeah, I would say. I would rather not to say a definite answer, give a definite answer. But from my opinion, it is.
Okay, okay. So for your opinion, why do you say this is the best? Why do you guarantee that this is the best?
Just like what we saw here. And some of them, they do not support these offline features. They do not have these offline features. They require 24/7 online. So just to look at the previously seen student events, they need to collect online. And it will take time for them to load, so it will degrade the performance. I mean, for the user point of view, the response time is slow. But for me, I catch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.